Welcome to Loyalize, a podcast by D-Squares about customer engagement and customer loyalty.
At D-Squares, we prioritize building meaningful relationships with our end-to-end loyalty solutions.
Welcome to Loyalize. Today I'm joined by a wonderful marketing expert in a very complicated, if I may say, industry. Hala Abdelfattah.
Wow, that's me.
Yeah, 100%. I'm really happy to have you here.
I have the pleasure to be here, Bob.
So first of all, can you give me a very slight introduction about yourself, please?
Okay, I'm Hala Abdelfattah. I'm the head of loyalty promotions and close communities at Agricole Egypt Bank. I'm managing the loyalty program and the partnerships, any benefits for the customers that go through me. I'm managing the promotions for the products of the bank, and I'm managing as well the close communities, which is a special thing regarding Crédit Agricole, that we have specific clubs and universities under the umbrella of close communities, which is we sign a protocol with them that we are their preferred bank.
I will get to that part. This actually
a bit different.
This actually sounds very interesting. I'll get to that part. So in this episode, we're talking about how customer loyalty operates in banks, in the financial sector in general, but in banks in specific. And we were talking before this, and we were saying how customers are being customer-centric is not something that's very primary.
So if the loyalty program is, usually loyalty programs generally, they are not an acquisition tool. It's more of engagement tool, more of retention tool. Of course, you can use it as an acquisition, but this is the hardest part, and it's not always the main thing. And with banks, it's always about acquisition, mostly. Of course, retaining the customer is important, engaging the customer is important, but the main KPI is acquisition.
Nowadays, we're hearing a lot about digitizing the banking experience and financial inclusion, how we digitize a new term that rose and emerged in the current times is fintech, which is a financial technology. Tell me more about the digitizing and what does it mean when it comes to traditional banking?
Okay, digitalizing simply is having the bank in your pocket or within your mobile. You don't need anymore to go 2 or 3 times to the branch to finalize something. You don't need to wake up early before going to your office because you need to pass by the bank. Mostly it's like having the day-to-day things, even the main things within the month, through your app, through your laptop, through your mobile, finalizing everything. Secured, it has to be secured. The challenge here is, first of all, that not everybody is digital. For example, my parents, they don't like to use this technology. It's not secured enough. No, it is. Actually, it's secure. It is more secured, honestly speaking, nowadays, from where I come from. Because I'm not sure if all the banks are the same or not, but from where I come from, the European side, security-wise, is extremely high with them. So they always have the measures that sometimes you feel that the customer is not happy with it, but it's for his benefit at the end of the story. If I'm saying, no, you have to have OTP or the one-time password, and you have to wait till you have it, or you need to be online, you cannot do this offline, or all of that, of course, it's frustrating when you, as a customer, even for me, but as security, no, it's very important. So the first part of digitalizing is this. I don't need, for example, I can't recall the last time I went to a bank. Seriously, to a branch, doing a bank transfer or requesting a card or requesting a service. I can't recall doing this.
Probably you have somebody that you call and they get that done.
Other than being a banker. No, seriously. Even the other accounts, family accounts. I mean, for the family accounts, we used to go, we have to do that.
Wait in the queue.
Nowadays, exactly. Nowadays, we don't do this. No, it's not needed. And even the queuing for the call centers, this is another part of digitalizing. A lot of banks still have this problem, but it's going more and more to a direction of digitalizing. Like you can choose now from the beginning of the call, what do you need? So you will be directed to a shorter queue. Because if I want to stop my card, if I want to check my password, if I want to, like this.
It's like specializing.
If you want to check the loyalty points, you said what you need at the beginning, and then it is directly going to a team specialized in that.
So it's not
so it's
one
saving
pool
time.
Of people
Exactly. So this is a simple part most of the banks are starting to use. Other part, of course, I don't want to be taking you so tech part, but then the chatbot, because this was a huge change within the Egyptian market, specifically the banking generally speaking, and the Egyptian market for the past 2 years. So nowadays we can have a customer service 24/7, and this wasn't the banks before. If you recall, our parents or our grandparents were like, banks open from 8 to 3. I have to catch up with the bank. It's not like this anymore.
It's all about helping customers get stuff done easier, if that's how you want to recap it, if I may say.
Yes, it's more of having, like, now you can order food online. So now also you can check your account online and you can transfer to your brother, to your friend. You can pay your mobile, you can book a ticket. You can do whatever, start at your place, wherever you are, drinking your coffee and on the spot.
So this is in most of the banks, as you say.
Yes.
Let me just move away from most of the banks and focus on the bank that matters right now. So Crédit Agricole has this Happy Points.
Yes, we have a loyalty program called Happy Points.
Can you tell me about Happy Points?
Okay, Happy Points actually is my baby. I started the whole thing, and it goes like 5 years or more back. And it is as simple as that whenever people are using, our customers, of course, are using their, let's say, financial products, whatever it's cards, it's digital channels, whatever. It's, of course, decided with the specific details and matrix and specific products. It's not generic. They will collect points. Those points will be changed into, let's say, money, because whenever you're buying something from wherever the shop is, you will just say, I'm paying with Crédit Agricole points, Happy Points, and you will be paying with them for partial or full amount, whatever.
What was the rationale behind building Happy Points?
Okay, the rationale was a lot of things. Firstly, it was for the benefit of the customers. We needed, as I was telling you, it's not that easy. And you need to have something very, how to say it, rewarding. So it has to be something, I can feel it. The loyalty point has a magic. It's like you can feel it on the spot. It's not like a usual marketing campaign, and you will have to wait until the campaign ends, and then you will see, and the customer can feel it more after the campaign ends, because he will win something at the end, whatever it is. Or there would be a draw, and then he will take it. No, the loyalty is you're taking the benefit and the gift on the spot. So it's a gift. It's a direct gift. So this is the fun of the loyalty. That's why I believe that the loyalty is now a main part of the marketing plan.
There is some sort of confusion between loyalty and customer engagement. So how can you separate both, and how can you ensure that your customers of the bank are engaged as much as they are engaged on the loyalty program? I think
it's not that complicated, because for me the loyalty program specifically is a tool for the customer engagement. It's not the customer engagement. Customer engagement has a lot of other sides, so it's just one tool, the loyalty program. So it's not confusing for me, and for most, you will find most, especially the banks, let's say, for the banks and that sector. Actually, again, for example, the airlines, because they were the one who invented the loyalty. I wouldn't go just for the loyalty program of, for example, Singapore Airlines, and I'll take the flight. No, there's a lot of other things. I need the service. I need the extra luggage. I need the meal if my flight is a long flight. I need a lot of things. So it's a customer service, customer engagement, that they know that I have this services and this kind of services there. I can be there if I need any support. Someone will answer my questions. If I can, for example, as we're talking about Singapore Airlines, if you decided to complain, you will have the reply on the spot. So this is customer engagement, similar to the loyalty. Plus the loyalty. So it would be, I am having points, I can use it next time. I can upgrade my flight to business or to first class. I can use the extra luggage. So it's a tool.
it's something complementary, if I might say.
It is a complementary part, but it is based on your engagement. I'm not just giving everybody this.
So now let's play a nice game of Would You Rather. So would you rather get small rewards now or bigger rewards later?
I have to choose.
Oh, yeah.
I like both, but anyway, no, small reward now.
Why?
Because I am the person who would like to give myself a gift whenever something nice is happening. So I would love to have this on like weekly, monthly basis if I can.
Is it something about immediate gratification?
It's about the psychology mainly, and of course the action you're taking. Because again, the reward is based on the action you're taking. It's not all the same. That's why I told you, usually most of the loyalty programs worldwide have a matrix. You cannot be giving The same thing to the VIP customer that he's using the first class and the elite lounges and all of this. The same like the customer who is using the normal flight, taking the economy class, using the normal things. It has to differ. And it goes the same with the banks. If he's using a card that is segmented, a higher segment, it's different because it's a different thing. He has to be rewarded differently.
Different customer, different segment, so different reward. Would you like, or would you rather win a ticket to a concert or win cashback?
Definitely a ticket to a concert.
Impressive.
Yeah, but that again, that's me
as well.
personally, yeah? Because I know cashback sounds more like cash. For me, cashback is equal saving. I saved this today. It's not a gift. It's not a reward.
But is it something that's common throughout your experience? What do you think actually customers in the banking sector, if I may say, what would they prefer, cashback or the concert?
Okay, let's agree that not only the banking sector, but everywhere, customers usually prefer what they're used to and the easy thing. Because they think, I understand it, so I'll just have it. Cashback, it's in my account. It's an easy win. But a gift, I will have to go out to a shop or order it online and I will take it. And there might be an expiry, there might be a lot of other things. So I would go as a customer to the easy one. But if you go to the more complicated customers that they think like a bit different, you will find that no, they will go with the gifts, whatever it is, not the cashback.
Would you rather use a mobile application for loyalty or an online portal for loyalty, as in a browser?
No, I prefer an application. Yet I would mind if it's a lot of applications on my mobile. I hate this. So I prefer to have something like global. So if it's there within my banking application, that would be perfect. If it's all in one place.
All right. Would you rather put or have expiring points on an activity or no expiry policy?
I think it's the expiry because it gives you a time-sensitive thing and it gives you a new tool, like asking the people to use it, it's going to expire. So you're asking them to, again, get engaged. You're engaging more and more with your customers.
What are the 3 things in customer experience in banking that makes it very exceptional? So you mentioned airline loyalty a lot. So when it comes to banking, what do you think are the key USPs, if I may say, or differentiators that actually make it different?
I think mainly being digital, as we said, because there is still people using paper vouchers, vouchers, e-vouchers, but again, you have to order it, request the e-voucher and comes to you. So when it's a flexible redemption, this is something different. And by flexible redemption, we mean like you can use it directly inside the shop. You don't need to go through any process except for the security normal process using mobile number or ID or whatever the thing that is requested from your side. So this is a main point, the customer experience, to have it easy. And maybe we can go as well with the profiling, because if the gifts are not interesting, then the profiling was wrong. So this is a main factor. You have to go with a really deep profiling for the customers, whatever the sector is. So you will have gifts interesting, because I can offer you to have a gift that is totally not, I'm not interested in. I can tell you go to a shop for sportswear and you're not a sports person. So you wouldn't use it.
This is actually a very, very impressive point. What is the third key element of customer experience?
I think diversity.
Can you elaborate?
Yes, I can have some people having physical gifts and the others having a concert ticket, as you were just letting me know. I can give them more of, if the trending product is on the market and I know that those people are the youth, so I would give them that trending product, whatever it is. It could be, I don't know, it could be something, a game or whatever it is. Diversity. You have to have diversity within the catalog of your gifts or benefits.
So I would take the last 2 points, which are diversity and profiling. So it's all about giving the right gift to the right customer, if I may say. Can you jump more into the back end and the technical aspects of it? How is that achievable, if I may say?
This also has changed a lot for the past 5 years. At the beginning, there used to be systems like the CRM or the things that they have the data of the customers, and then it's manually you use it to have profiling, like based on the age, based on the location or the place the ID is. It's the basic geographical details and the age and the female or male. So this wasn't really helpful. It helped back then because we didn't know better, if I may say. But then again, we started to know, no, it's not only about this. It's a lot of other things. So you need to have more personalized targeting, let's say, because we have a lot of data. We have a lot of profiles. We have different profiles because you have customers starting from 16 years old up till 70 years old. 60, let's see if that's your target. So 16 to 60, for example. So how would you give gifts that is okay for everybody, accepted, interesting, and easy to use? It's not easy.
100%. But how do you manage to collect the data regarding their behavior rather than, so you have their age and you have their gender and the location, but how can you tell if I enjoy sports or if I would enjoy a concert ticket rather than a cashback? What kind of data are you looking into? I don't want to jump too much into the technicalities, but what is the main driver for segmentation?
For segmentation, it's so easy because it's based on the banking, purchasing, and profiling, like with the card types, with the if he's using a lot of products from the bank or not. Segmentation goes so easy, and it's everywhere in most of the banks similar, with a different degree of starting from which point to which point, or putting people in which categories. But when we come to marketing, so for example, for the banking, it's easier if you can go to the payment history of the customers, whatever they are using, and you can check if they're using it where, grocery mainly, maybe fashion more, maybe traveling or not. There's a lot of things when you can know it through the customer behavior, generally speaking. And then you can have them as trends, or you can divide the people into groups.
Actually, now it came to my attention that the banking sector has a head start or has an advantage when it comes to personalization, because you actually have a window to what do your customers spend their money on. So you can figure it out. I mean, compare it, for example, to the oil and gas sector or the retail sector. They really don't know what are the relevant rewards because they don't know where do you spend.
Yes, true.
So it's actually quite impressive how they flow into each other, the banking aspect of it and the loyalty aspect of it.
Let me tell you a secret, because we were talking about the airlines as well. When it comes to loyalty at the airlines, they're using something similar to us because they have this. Because if you ever noticed when you're buying things from the airplane or from the airport, they always take your your boarding pass. And this is not only to make sure that you're allowed to have this, because they have data. They need your data. They need to know what did you buy, how much did you spend, and they need to use it. So that's part of what they use when they have the loyalty programs for the airlines.
So it's not just about authentication, it's more about collecting actual data.
Yes, because whenever you attend a conference or something for all the sectors together, you will be surprised. Everyone has his own way that they can collect the data, then they can have it as a starting point, and then they go forward using it. I personally was surprised when I started digging more into loyalty. Let's take me as an example. I didn't notice before digging into the loyalty profiling that I use my cards or I buy stuff, but when I come to using my gifts, I use different parts. So you can profile me as a girl that loved to go buying things from fashion stores, but when I decided to go and use the points I have, I wouldn't be going to the fashion stores. I would be using it for getting, for example, a sports shoes I'm interested in. That's opposite, so it's not the same. So profiling is really not an easy game.
You're just making it harder for loyalty.
Seriously, this is what I figured out after years doing this, because I thought, okay, this person is a grocery shopper. Most of the time they're buying the essential things, groceries, paying bills, doing this. So when I give him a gift, he will prefer to use the same thing. He will use the supermarkets or whatever, or food. He will order food. Surprisingly, no. He or she would go buy perfume with that gift, with the points. So it's a bit not easy. That's why I was telling you, AI is very important here. If we can find something that can really understand the behavior and really have a trend when it comes to if this is a gift or if I'm paying from my salary because my behavior changes, this is going to be a big, huge difference in the coming years if it happens.
Which is actually my follow-up. So these are the two big hot gens here. So it's the Gen Z and the Gen AI.
Oh, okay.
So how are we utilizing Gen AI regarding more than just profiling. So you talked earlier about chatbots.
Yes.
Chatbots initially were not powered by AI. They were more about fetching data from a series of documentations and documents, and just it's all about opening a sport ticket. Right now, chatbots are powered by Gen AI to actually find a solution and implement it.
Yes.
How does that fall into the banking industry, if I may say? So I know it's pretty obvious, it's clear using it as chatbots, but how can you trust a chatbot to solve your problem when it comes to a very sensitive sector?
Most of the banks has the chatbots now. It differs from things. Okay, you just feed them with a lot of data. Simply, this is how I see it from my side, because again, this is not marketing. This is taking us to digital banking a bit.
Sure.
I had a part in that, so I can just give you my input. So, for example, if I WhatsApp the bank asking I have an issue, I can't find my happy points. So this question has been asked a lot. So by that time, the reply would be, please check the below links, and it will take you to the exact place where you can find your data. For example, same goes to, I cannot find the catalog. I need to, my points are expiring in 2 days and I can't find my catalog. So you need an answer now, right? So chatbot would know that he could give you the catalog page and can suggest.
It's just directing you towards.
Yes. Again, you can use it more into depth by asking. It could be another question like, which area? So now I'll take you where exactly the shops in the area you need. So it can go into more and more depth and into the side of personalizing part. But that's how we are using it at the moment, or the banks here generally using it.
From the front end, at least. From
I can give you a customer service 24/7. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to wait till I answer your call. You don't need to go to queues. You don't need to go to the branch, or you don't need to have your personal handler answering this. It's simply, you will go using the WhatsApp and it will reply.
Which takes me to this point, actually. So how do you deal with Gen Z?
Customers starting from 16 to 26 are considered segmented at use in Egypt or worldwide, because this is in the banking sector. We take them from 16 to 26. So I'm trying to have everything digitalized. I'm trying to avoid any human interaction for them, giving them all the tools that they can use it. I'm trying to use the loyalty program supporting this by giving them options that they would be interested to collect points and use, like using Uber, Kareem, like using the junk food stores, like having some sports activities, coffee shops, so they can have their coffee. So I'm trying to find a way to talk to them.
I can assume that you are always on top of the trends when it comes to Gen Z, to be able to offer them something that actually is relevant to them.
Exactly.
How do you manage to do that? That's the hard part.
Yes, it's a hard work. Usually, for me personally, business-wise, I have workshops with them. So this gives me insights, because you will be surprised. Sometimes I think about something, and then when I have the workshop, it's totally different. So for example, I have my clubs and my universities that they are using our services, banking service. So I can have a workshop with people from there. I can request to have a workshop, and I request some people from the sports team or from whatever, and then we can discuss things around. I can suggest my ideas and then have the feedback. Or I can ask them, what's the best, what do you think you'll be expecting from your loyalty program or from the bank you want to have an account there? So this is a way, of course. Other way would be that there's another way the banking you're using as well, is the financial inclusion. You're going to the universities, you're going to the clubs, and you're having a session or some people dedicated to give them a whole idea about the banking services and how to start using this, and what's the preference of having an account and a card and using this instead of using cash. And why do you need to have this? Because some of them don't really think it's important.
So you're raising awareness to financial inclusion, and in return, in some way, you're getting feedback about what are the questions they might be asking. And
of course, if you have summer trainees, there are always people from that Gen Z, because it's the universities and all of this. So you can have part of the training that they are training you. You're not only the one training them. You can hear what they're saying. You can have sessions discussing with them their ideas, what they think about the website, for example, because the websites as well needs to go a better direction with the digitalizing and everything. It needs to be faster. It needs to have you from one spot to the other. You don't have to be navigating for 2 minutes to find the page you need. There's a lot of things.
So you're getting
It goes
the whole,
both ways.
the whole feedback about the whole experience.
Yeah.
When it comes to the experience, let me ask you about your program, your baby, as you said earlier. So Happy Points. If I would take this as an example right now, so what lessons can I learn from Happy Points when it comes to designing a loyalty program?
So if I'm thinking about going with a new loyalty program, for example, I would go more online shops, because now the online is the main thing after the COVID and after all of this. There's a change in the behavior, generally speaking, for everybody. So I would go online. I would go with more benefits, as like more of tickets, reservations, priority for reservations, helping with this. I would go with more benefits. I would go, as I was telling you, with more options, giving the people more options. I would do that.
This is something that's actually impressive, and I want you to elaborate on, which is the CSR and the charity aspect of
Yes.
Happy Points.
So happy to say that we were the first bank to have this point, because it was very challenging to have the charity organizations understanding this, because this is so different for them, that people would be paying with points, and for you it's the same, it's money. Because there's a bit of depth when it goes to this, because in charity organizations it's very important to decide what the money would be used for. So this is challenging. It's not like buying anything from any shop and then it's okay, it's all products at the end of the story, or it's a ticket or hotel reservation. So that was a step in the middle, that we were like, so you need to know exactly where I want to put my money. I can go online and request to have the money going to whatever charity organization, but there is no option that I can say where exactly. Okay?
Oh.
So that was a challenge. And then we fixed it. I'm not telling you how. We found a solution.
Confidential.
Confidential. And that's why we were from the first banks, or actually the first bank in Egypt to have it. And then a lot of banks went the same direction. Other banks had it in a different way. But the way we had it, easy way, using your points, using your happy points, using this, was something really challenging, and we worked hard to find a solution. And of course, with our charity partners, because we have already a foundation for this. So we were supported by them, and we managed to do it, and it's working very nice with the customers. Because a lot of people just think, okay, points will expire, I don't really need to buy anything. But then again, charity makes sense when it comes to that point.
My reward is giving back to the community that I am a part of.
Exactly.
Which is one of the important takeaways of Happy Points. So, speaking of takeaways, what is next for loyalty? So we talked about what happened in the past. Now, what's next? What's next for loyalty in banking? What's next for customer experience in banking? Whether it's technical, things like predictive analytics, hyper-personalization, or something that's more on the marketing aspect of loyalty, if I may say.
Okay, let's agree that every sector, especially banking and others, there's a big question mark about budget due to the economical situation worldwide. So nowadays, the budget has to be going exactly where it should be in more specific way. So if loyalty didn't move forward to having this personalized segmentation and this personalized trending, and as I was telling you, let's say an agile way to move together, I don't see that loyalty would be going booming unless this is happening. And I believe it's already happening, because in the last conference we attended about loyalty, everybody was talking about that. So I believe they already know this. They know there is a sort of a gap starting to happen in the market, because I cannot stay profiling my customers similar ways like I did before. No, I need to go forward within this. I need to see if the customer is interested or no. If I'm just giving him a gift and he's never using it, or she's never using it, or no, actually I'm giving him a gift, as I was telling you, and he will be more and more engaged with me as a bank, to have this gift bigger and bigger, and to wait for it, and to have this one and then expect another one in a couple of months and work hard to have it. This is what loyalty should be, honestly speaking, because if that's not the way, then it will be going not down, but it wouldn't be that beneficial to the marketing anymore. It would be just a branding tool, just a tick. You have it when you have your whole competitive analysis. I'm doing this similar to anybody else. You need to be special. You need to move forward to have something new. You need the customers to be more interested, more engaged.
What about the skills and the qualities that loyalty marketers need to be prepared for 2025?
First of all, they need to be into the digitalizing part with the technology, with the systems. They need to have you don't have to be an expert, but you need to know how to understand this, how to manage it. You need to have a full view from the AI side on how the trends are working. Of course, the profiling, we already covered it. You need to know how to be doing this, or at least supported by segmentation people that's helping within this sector. And I believe it's the ongoing learning of the trends, of the market, of the AI, about everything. You cannot just be staying where you are. Keep up, exactly. You need to be doing this. Even if it's not supported with the place you're working, you have to do it yourself. And there's a lot of options for this now, but you need to work on yourself.
Do you recommend them?
Actually, I just, but this was based on my working place. But for example, LinkedIn, they do have a lot about AI. I'm taking some courses regarding this now online, and I'm really enjoying it. So this is very easy part. I'm not sure if it's expensive or if it's not, because for me, I don't know this part. If it's there and accessible, and you can start by using it, it's very easy. It's just online. You can for me, for example, I have a very busy schedule, but the last hour before sleeping, I have the first 30 to 20 minutes doing this. It's very interesting. It's like watching a movie, but then again, it is something that's helping within the future and making you, it's a valuable thing.
Something you're getting back. Hala, thank you a lot. It was a very insightful conversation. We really appreciate having you here, and I really enjoyed having you on the Loyalize podcast.
Thank you for you. I really enjoyed it. It's very interesting, and I had a lot of topics. Actually, it opened my eyes to a lot of other things and directions. Thanks, Bob.